Hi, welcome once again to the Carpenter Shop, where each day we are hopefully growing a little bit closer to the person that God intends for us to be. We're growing up, if you will. There was a day in the Carpenter Shop where Jesus folded up that apron for the last time and walked out of that Carpenter Shop and stepped into the ministry that he had been preparing for a long, long time. I think the lessons that he learned there carried over and became a part of who he was and a part of the things that he would often share and say. And you probably, if you wanted to connect the dots, could connect those dots if you had some insight to things that had happened in the Carpenter Shop as he grew up. In our lives, we've heard a lot of things along the way. One of the things that we've heard, a phrase that's been thrown is this: there's plenty more where that came from. I don't know if you ever heard that. Sometimes it's done in a good way. Sometimes it's said in a not so good way. It can be negative, it can be combative, it can be positive, it can be generous. But in both cases, the meaning of the word is the same. There's more where that came from. The idea, the connotation is simply that there's a reservoir that is waiting to be tapped if needed. You ever think about your life as being a reservoir that's full of untapped potential that God has placed there? Have you ever thought about God being the God who is described as having the cattle on 1,000 hills when you have needs, and to know that you can lean into him and trust him, and he'll have what you need and can supply what you need and will do so with abundance at just the right time when you need it most? See, one of the great things that all of us have to discover as we follow Jesus is simply this: there's more where that came from. Today, you might have been able to love someone that was hard to love. And you know what? Tomorrow, you can do it again. Why? Because there's more where that came from. Today, Jesus responded to you and met you at your point of need. And man, you were hurting. And all of a sudden, God swoops in and he comforts you and he gives you peace. Can he do it tomorrow? You bet he can, because there's more where that came from. And we serve a God who allows us to live with an abundance mindset, not a scarcity mindset. And he has what we need and can provide what we need and wants to give us what we need just when we need it the most. And so trust God for being the God who not only takes care of us, but loves to see us succeed, and will make sure that we have what we need to make that happen. That's who he is. There's plenty more where that came from when you follow God. Remember that today, and I look forward to joining you next time here in the Carpenter Shop.